You're listening to Whiskey Ramble for the Always Next Year Podcast Studio Network. You can find the team on Twitter at ANY Podcast or visit us on our website, www.alwaysnextyearpodcast.com. And now, drink with us while we listen to the Jackdaws.
A fighting man I used to be, revered and feared through Killarney. Now I'm back to hitching with the wind. But if Mickey Flynn should ever find me, I'll throw me caution all behind me and square off on that son of a bitch again. He cracked open a river too, he beat me Sunday through and through, danced a jig over my unconscious frame. I won me healthy sheriff fights, well lucky son, still happy life since Mickey Flynn beat me dumb and lame.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Whiskey Ramble for the Always Next Year podcast. My name is Steve, your host, along here with Shane. And tonight is more so of a Shane therapy session. He came to me with about 6 different ideas to talk and kind of rant and ramble about. So some of them I can hit on, but some of them, they're more so him.
Well,
so I got my drink.
I feel like they're all of us.
They are, and I can appreciate some of them, but we'll see. So Shane, how are you now?
Fine, and you?
Not so bad. So first, are people getting dumber or just lazier? Where were you going with this?
Here's the thing. So almost everything that I do, like I shouldn't be out in society ever. Like I should just be an introvert in my own home for all of existence. Grocery stores. We went to a baseball game this week. And everywhere I go, I see dumb fucking parents with kids letting their kids be dumb cunt kids. This is a problem. They just continue to reproduce and then force the rest of us, of the small, I'm finding, very small portion of society that is normal and acceptable, having to deal with your dumbass kids. At a certain point, if you have to go to a doctor for anything in your adult existence, and that doctor, who we have to believe is at least somewhat competent, if they believe that you are incompetent, they gotta snip you. They just, that's it. Like that can't. So for argument's sake, we had, like I said, me and Rob, we went to a Reading Phillies game, and we're there, we're hanging out. We went with my dad's school, and my dad's a music teacher, and the section over from us. So there was a bunch of different schools and different things there at the Reading game. I don't know that they've ever had a parent in their existence. I'm not sure that those parents had anything. And then that thought was breeding in my brain. I'm like, oh, idiocy continues to breed further depths of idiocy. And they just get dumber and dumber and dumber. And then I feel like once a certain level of dumb hits, it's just too much effort to fix. And that's where that lazy thing comes in. Like if you were that level of malfunctioning moron.
Well, how old were these kids?
So the group that was pissing me off, well, there's 2 groups. The first group, they were like, I don't know, 10, 12 years old. And like, more or less, they were probably behaving like a 10 to 12-year-old kid. I would just like to think that if I was ever unfortunate enough to have children, that I would, make the little fuckers behave.
Well, here's the thing. I'm 27. You're what, 29?
Yeah.
So these will assume that these parents are our age. Well, our generation is fucking stupid already. Yeah. So yes, true. I will agree that people are getting dumber, and it's being translated to their children because they don't know how to raise a child.
Because they're still children them damn selves.
This is true.
I can't take it. I just can't take it. These kids, man. So, first of all, if you're ever at a professional sporting event of any kind, like you were in the presence of some of the best athletes on the planet to do whatever it is that you were there to see. These kids, they're back. There is like next to no netting and screening in minor league games. Like they just don't have the finances to sit there and really put safety first for their fan bases into like a dramatic effect. So like, I don't know, if you're a parent, fucking don't have your face in a cell phone the whole game. That's ridiculous. Some kid
It's definitely our generation parents.
Asshats. No, some of these parents, though, they were like my parents' age. So, but they're there. They're buried in the phone. A kid in that party gets hit by a ball. The kid's losing their damn mind, but this parent is like, this is normal. The child's screaming. I'm not going to lift my eyes. an usher had to walk over to that station and be like, "Sir, one of your children just got hit in the arm by a foul ball.
They're bleeding profusely. What are you going to do?"
Well, I think they were just being a little bitch.
It's work.
It was off a foul bunt, no less. So it's not like they were that hurt, but still, to be that just like dissociated from like being a decent human for someone you're supposed to care for, I'm like, you should be put down. Like a vast
Give it up
majority
to give it up to adoption.
Not even that, man, because like I've seen some kids who have been adopted, and I've seen the parents that have adopted those kids, and I'm like, what is the qualification of this particular thing? You would assume that like look, to have a kid of your own, you could just be dumb and fuck once, and then oops, you're here. Well, we have to have you.
I've seen plenty of them,
and that happens. And I'm like, look, I get that. That's a mistake, and like you're trying to work your way through it. That is what it is. But if you're adopting, wouldn't you assume that there are some tests that society makes you take? Like, they should give you a kid to rent for a week, let you take him around or her around, and if society says...
So we're treating children like dogs, like the foster
not kids,
care thing?
We're training the fucking parents. I need the parents to sit there and be evaluated by society. Like, you know how little kids in a grocery store have those tiny little carts with the flag on it that says shopper in fucking training?
They still have those?
They still have those. Strolling around. I want those parents to have a fucking... whatever that hat is with the fucking...
I don't know. I was going to say Kazoozle hat. I don't
sure,
know. It's probably
hat.
not.
Whatever it is. That says to all of society, you are a parent in training. We don't know if society can handle your dumbass with a kid. We don't know if that is in the best interest of that child. Now, me, normal functional member of society, as few and far between as we are, have to deal with your dumbass and your dumbass kids. I can't have that shit. I'm so tired. So tired. And I'm home all the time now, so like... I make errands just for fun, and that's a terrible thing.
Yeah, because it seems like you're not having too much fun.
I am not having much fun. Also, I just get angrier.
Pick up a hobby, man.
Well, this is our hobby.
Sorry, we're not all available at your times.
Well, that's fair.
Some of us have jobs.
Some of you do.
By the way, hire Shane.
If you have decent benefits and
I'm waiting on a position
hours.
to hire Shane, so until then, hire him.
I'm a full-time podcaster. Right?
Yeah. All day at work, I just receive these messages about the podcast, and I'm like,
see,
I'm working.
You might be working. I am working to keep us afloat so that you do not have to have a real job in 3 to 5 years. There are dog shit podcasts out there that is their entire fucking financial income is through that podcast. And I'm like, you are the dumbest humans on the planet. You're probably the people that have these fucking kids. And they're making money. There is no sense that says that we cannot have that same dream. 3 to 5 years.
Reminder that Shane is the sober one.
For now.
He is drinking water.
Yes.
Until he sneaks some of my whiskey. I agree. People are getting fucking dumber and just straight up more fucking ignorant.
Yes.
I work next to a Starbucks. I work at a bank next to a Starbucks. These people, at least 15 times a day, someone will come in thinking we're Starbucks, despite the sign explicitly right there on the door saying, my bank. And they still come in, get to the 1 foot vestibule, and then go, oh, wait, this isn't where I'm supposed to go. I don't fucking know.
I've never in my life walked up into a food establishment and been like, aw shit, I'm not at the doctor's. How dumb do you have to be? Whatever.
It's also, these are Starbucks customers, so they're in a league of their own. A lot of attractive women. Unfortunately, it's not the attractive women that are doing this.
Well, they're regulars. They know what's up.
Yeah.
They know how to pronounce every Italian word that goes along with coffee.
This is true. I once had someone come in, go through my teller, like go past my teller line almost to the fucking bathroom and realize, oh, this isn't Starbucks. No, the fuck it's not.
Wow.
You see this desk? You see I'm sitting at this desk with a computer in front of me? Not a laptop. It's a fucking computer. This is not Starbucks.
I have to ask, since she approached the restroom, was it after you've used it that finally gave it away?
No, it wasn't.
All right, just wondering.
But no, I personally bring in the Febreze for the bathroom.
Well, as
knowing my issues with using the
multiple
bathroom.
use.
Knowing I've eaten my roommate's cooking.
Oh, Jesus.
It is terrible though. Like, and then my customers will complain about the parking because people will go to Starbucks and chill there for fucking 5 hours, and they're taking up our spots, and their employees are parking there too. Now, my employees need a park.
Hipsters, man.
Literally. This guy came in, it's like, can I open up a business account? I'm always at Starbucks. I'm like, It's fucking weird, but okay. You're running your business out of a fucking Starbucks. Oh, no, it's just where I conduct it. Okay, and you're okay with this homeless man that's there every fucking day?
Weird can't be awesome for business, honestly.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but,
Strange as hell.
Who am I to say?
Strange as hell.
I will just open up an account.
$5-6 for a cup of fucking coffee.
I
just
don't
put something black in a cup, make it taste strong and bad, and that's what it is. And I need that shit. We all need it.
I've only had Starbucks like 3 times. That's because it's cold out, and I'm waiting for an Uber to get home, or at the time get to my other job. And it wasn't even that fucking good.
No, it never is.
No.
Not worth $7 or whatever the hell coffee is over there.
All right, so number 2. I'm gonna let you bring this topic into play.
Let me bring up my notes because I have no idea what it was.
I think you do.
Oh, right. Are people okay with having less sex, and shouldn't society want to fix itself purely on the basis that it creates more opportunity for the desire to have sex?
Now, disclaimer, I needed Shane to bring up this topic because
I have sex.
he has sex. I don't. I personally went 3 years without it, finally got it again, and now it's 7 months later, and
Holy
I
shit,
am
it's
still
really
dry.
7 months again.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's probably fucking weird that I remember, like, the time frame, but I go through these long droughts that it just is ingrained in my brain, and I just drink whiskey.
Fuck, man. I can't believe it's been 7 months already. I remember wanting to throw you a goddamn parade when you finally broke the streak. Like, we needed to create a holiday just for you. I was so happy that it happened.
It's called Thanksgiving Eve.
Solid.
It's the biggest drinking night of the year, so.
There you go.
It's
Mistakes
already
will
done.
happen. But no, I sit here and it's weird. So, again, I was out with my buddy and we were sitting here, we were talking about this stuff. And, it's like society, it's as if we're set up to fail in terms of sex. So.
Hello. Exhibit A.
Exactly. Because you work 13 different jobs. You work a gajillion hours. You can't afford to live on your own. So it's like, hi, would you like to come back to my house and meet my entire roommate family base? No.
Sometimes the roommate's got the kid over and then it's just awkward. It's not my kid, I swear.
Right? Well,
although that would probably give me points.
It might, honestly, if you're like even a remotely decent father figure, which if you revert back to our or our first point, I'm not so sure that you should have kids.
No, I shouldn't.
No. I mean,
I despise them. Literally, it was Kids Day, and I was at a Flyers game. First off, fucking Philadelphia Flyers never have Kids Day during a Penguins Flyers game.
That's a terrible life decision.
It's a terrible idea, and there are kids in front of me, and me being who I am, I'm only slightly drunk, and I'm cursing because it's the fucking Flyers Penguins. And a kid turns around and screams, "It's Kids Day!" My immediate response was, "Don't be like me." The most honest to God, best advice that kid could ever get.
It 100% is.
Yeah.
100% is.
I'm not very good with children. I'm just too brutally honest with the world because...
As am I. We're jaded. We're sarcastic. We're cynical.
But we're also fucking realistic.
And we're correct in our views. Let's put that out there. We are 100% correct. But getting back, off that side tangent topic to bring it back and relevant to this, we have to work. Like, think about 30 years ago, 40 years ago, like our parents and like our parents' parents and stuff. You worked 40 hours a week and it was enough to live in a normal home, like a 4 or 5 bedroom home. You could buy a fucking shore house for $30,000 if you wanted to and hand that shit down and let it be multi-million dollars worth in generations to fucking come. Working just 40 hours, you weren't overly stressed. Women didn't even have to work. So by the time you got home, they were bored as shit. And what else is there to do? Let's fuck. Let's have some good time. Everything was set up to say, hey, your free time is your free time. Have some goddamn fun. I can't think of anything in this world more fun than sexual activity. Even if it's bad, it's good. Who gives a shit at a certain point? Now, you got to work multiple jobs just enough to make enough money. There we go. To still be broke. To have multiple roommates in your case, or live-in female and a roommate in my case. Like, imagine trying to bring people home and having to convince them of your entire existence. They're like, "Oh, you work at a bank, Steve? You make really, decent enough money? That's good. You're well dressed, well represented. You're a handsome guy. You look like Travis Konechny." For all of our listeners who don't know who Steve is, since he's represented by a whiskey glass in this particular our album cover.
I'll take a picture soon.
Eventually, let him hit the gym for a while. That's all.
Let me do my physical therapy for my knee.
There you go. Just put an ACL picture on there. That's all. Just a rotating thing. That's
just my MRI.
That's it. But you got to convince this woman of all the circumstances who probably had to work 2 jobs in her own damn right. Or you're just getting hot girl at the bar. And let's be realistic here. Neither me or you are ever going to leave with hot girl at the bar. That just doesn't happen. We're set up to fail. Sex is the greatest thing. You've said it before. What is the point of living without sex?
That is pretty much my life motto. There's no point in living without sex.
There you go. But society makes us do all this shit that makes it like the last fucking thing that one or both parties want to do. Now, I'm obviously the party that says, I don't really care how tired I am. Let's get this thing done. But there are other parties out there that are going to sit there and say,
I've been there where I was like, I'm too tired, but let me just take this 30-minute nap and then I'm good.
yes, exactly.
And then I'm woken up into it and, it was beautiful.
Look, preaching to the wonderfulness of that. So, but yeah, so society, go fuck yourself. Like, come on. This is entirely too useless of a thing to fail in. Like this, it's just fuck it. I don't know.
Just wear protection. We don't need more kids.
Yeah, get snipped. Like I honestly
I've thought about it.
Doctors should just walk around with scissors and just be like, "You look dumb. I'm cutting. You're dumb. I'm tying these up. Take this pill."
Yeah.
Look, honestly, drug dealers should stop dealing drugs. Most drugs. Some drugs. Drug dealers should add another drug. Plan B. Just crush that shit up in everything. Put it in omelets in the morning. Who cares? Staircases should never have railings anymore. If you're dumb enough to fall down, perfect.
This offends me. I fell at the last Phillies game I was at.
You were drunk.
I was. I also had a bad knee. And it hurt more. It's before my surgery. So it was quite embarrassing and it was terrible. Quite painful, but not as painful as it would have been because I was drunk.
There you go.
Yes, but it also sucks, as a single man, you go to a bar, you try to approach a woman, and they immediately know what you want. They immediately know that you just want sex. Which is not entirely true, And then you are trying to, initiate into the sex, but you're also seeing where else can this go.
Sure.
But to me, as very kind of introverted, but I'm very social after the whiskey, I'm trying to find something, but at the same time, I don't know how to go about it.
Well, there's no way you can go about it anymore in society because everything offends everyone. It's soft as hell.
Yes, everything offends everyone, and everyone is so set in their ways, and if it's different, no.
You're wrong if it's different.
Yeah.
Which, set one thing just fully correct right now. If you disagree with us on this show, you're wrong. Like our way, whatever Steve preaches, whatever I preach, we have to assume this is the way the world should be.
I'll listen to your argument.
I'll listen to it.
And I'll probably agree on some aspects, but I'll probably still hold my opinion, but also maybe be offering to waver on it. I do it all the time.
Interesting.
It's good to, have an open mind.
I do have an open mind. When speaking with, all right, clause to this entire thing. If I can tell that you're a decent human being and you have some common sense and some semblance of a brain, I will listen to you speak. But if you're the parent of the kid that got hit with a foul fucking ball, whatever opinion you have, it's fucking incorrect. Unless, of course, you listen to Whiskey Ramble here at Always Next Year Podcast. Then, wow, you're slightly less dumb.
And hopefully you're learning more because
yes,
apparently we are the two smartest men in this room because we're the only men in this room.
It's true.
So offense has ruined Twitter. I guess you guys call them social justice warriors. I quite frankly don't give a shit. I just ignore it.
Who the fuck calls them social justice warriors?
Fucking Rob did in the last segment I did with him.
No shit.
Yeah.
I produced that segment and I didn't realize.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention. You're too busy probably taking a fucking video of us.
It's true. Yeah, for the Instagram now.
So there will be a picture of me on some sort of media.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably just in my microphone. But, the worst things about Twitter are social justice warriors, as they say, SJW. It's what it is. You follow just straight sports, but I follow other people.
Oh, well, hold on. Who else do I follow? Anna Kendrick's a babe. Danny Daniels is a babe.
So you follow porn stars and actresses, all of which are attractive.
There you go.
Don't let Steph know. Oh, shit. That's me being drunk hitting the microphone. So me, I follow a plethora of different people. I have a lot of Chiefs Twitter, Flyers Twitter, Maple Leafs Twitter, and just friends Twitter, and just shit that just branched out. Game of Thrones Twitter. It's insane the shit I follow, and I somehow keep scrolling until my fucking thumb has carpal tunnel and just the thumb. But yeah, it's a lot of that, and politics have ruined Twitter.
Yes.
The social justice bullshit has ruined Twitter. I appreciate some views, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want to see that shit. I don't give a fuck. Now, Flyers Twitter. I love it, and I fucking hate it. The past 2 fucking days has just been straight Craig Berube and Braden Shen just reverse hindsight is 2020. It's just straight up, oh, why we do this? When at the time it was like, hey, everybody is saying that, hey, this is a good trade. It's a fantastic trade.
We're a reactionary fan base. There's no actual
fucking astonishingly annoying.
It's terrible. It's
and you know what?
Horrible.
Everybody is doing it. I will still follow you. I appreciate your opinions, but some of them are fucking wrong.
That's correct.
And I used to post my opinion more. I just stopped, but I'm going to try to do that again. I just don't like being wrong, but when I am wrong, I admit it. That's and I literally, Craig Berube and the Blues made it to the Stanley Cup, I believe, and I immediately posted all of my Craig Berube opinions from before.
That's right.
When I was positive to when I was negative. I think I tried doing it with Braden Shen, but I was just so negative on him. I maybe had like 2 positive tweets.
I was never a fan of Braden Shen, but I
was biased from the start because Mike Richards is my second favorite Flyer probably of all time.
Yeah, that's fair. I do remember that. Yeah, I was always just he was a streaky first time drinking whiskey.
It was a bigger gulp. Sorry.
Oh, that's attractive. But hey, you're giving people what they want.
My alcoholism.
There you go. Well, you named a segment after it, so good for you.
Had to.
But yeah, I mean, look, the Braden Shen thing. Look, he was never a fit here. Let's be serious.
He seemed ideal at the time, but it just didn't work out. Because I don't think he's a center or a left winger. He's stuck in purgatory of what the fuck are you? Because he can produce at center. He can also produce a left wing. But he'll never do either consistently. He's just not a consistent hockey player.
He is not. He is the definition of streaky.
But the bullshit of the fucking Twitter of going back against the Braden Shen trade is everyone's like, oh yeah, we got Joey Laterra. Fuck off. That shouldn't have mattered. He should have been waived or just bought out or just played minimal. And he did play minimal. But it's just people hang on to that for too long. And the Craig Berube is like, oh yeah, he's a good coach. Sure, he could be a good coach now.
Yeah, at the time, he was not a good hockey coach. Like he was just a guy. He
wasn't even the fucking head coach when he won the Stanley Cup. He was an interim head coach.
So there you go, clauses. But yeah,
I like to take things literally.
Clearly, I take a look at a guy like him, and at the state of the Flyers at the time they took over. Look, it wasn't great. Obviously, anyone could have walked behind the bench and done exactly what he did. Now, a competent NHL coach, not even a great one, elevates that roster and gets a little bit more and finds some consistency and finds some things that work just to keep you in a conversation. He didn't. He was just a fucking guy. That's it.
I give him credit. He did change kind of. He's actually playing good players, but he also has a lot more good players to play.
Well, now, that's what do you expect nothing to have changed over 7 years? Of course he's going to grasp more as to what it means to be a fucking successful hockey coach behind the goddamn bench. 7 years ago, he wasn't that. To expect that he couldn't obtain that through multiple different voices in his head, different organizations, that's unfucking realistic. He was put into not a really good position. They were 29th in hockey. Yeah. But he's like you said,
good position with a decent team that was underperforming.
Better talent base.
He did the same thing with us in his first year.
Yeah.
Regardless of the playoffs. Yep. Or I guess his interim. And also Steve Mason did play pretty well, as much as you and I dislike him.
Yeah, disdain is the word I would use.
Just looks like a lesbian. Every time Steve Mason's mentioned, I have to mention that he looks like a lesbian. But Jordan Bennington's hot. He was hot as a player. I'm not saying he was hot, just
he looks different. Like that dude from Royal Pains, the other brother. I don't know.
Oh man, I saw side by side. It was him and a different player, and I can't even remember it.
Shitty.
Yeah, whiskey.
I didn't see the picture, otherwise I'd chime in.
He did a smart decision in Game 7. All he did, I mentioned this in the Disciples Ved segment previously with Rob, that he made sure that Parayko and Pietrangelo were out there basically all the time.
Yep, one of them was on the ice.
About 3 minutes without them. somehow that still leads to Jay Bowmeister leading the team in ice time. But Jay Bowmeister's not a bad player. Sure, he's lost a step. I mentioned on a previous Flyers segment that I wanted us to sign him, and then he got an extension with the Blues. But, good for him. Really happy he won the Cup. It's just, he did change things, maybe like at this point of his career, like if Jason Exton was still in the league, he would give him time. Maybe. And, he doesn't have any,
great.
he doesn't have any like grinder players on the team. So he can't play them like Zach Ronaldo. He doesn't have any very underperforming Vincent Cavaliers. Now he has Alexander Steen, who's lost a step, but he's playing him in a fourth line role.
Yeah, just going to say.
So, Berube adapted. Kudos to him. Happy for him for the amount of time he spent in the NHL.
Sure.
Good for him. Good for the Blues. But to think that you would fucking say they made a mistake in firing him is outlandish.
Absurdity.
And to be like so adamant about it as Flyers Twitter seems to. And
it's a dark place there.
I'm going to bring up, I hate bringing this up, but Angelo Cataldi, fuck that guy.
He's terrible.
He's like, it's official. It is official. Hextall was the worst GM of Flyers history. No, he wasn't. He did a lot of fucking good for this team. We're set up in a good position. He just may have been
cap hell.
Move
contracts that I didn't even know you could fucking move.
Vincent Cavalier.
Exactly. Like I.
Oh man.
The way that he drafted sets you up. Like, we now have the money to sit there and acquire stars, superstars, second tier stars, role players that we need to, even if we have to overpay a little bit, a la Hayes.
Yeah.
And then we have the youth to continue to replenish that middle six that can hopefully, grow in their roles, in their times in the majors. Just got off a baseball segment, in the NHL. But yeah, to the severity of Ange's take, and Ange has just been on fire with bullshit lately.
I know. I heard he had an argument with Kapler.
Yeah, that was just
That's
brutal.
Good.
I don't know, but then look, at the same time, here we are on a podcast talking about him, so he's bringing some sort of ratings.
He was only brought up because of my whiskey.
So it's probably true.
Yeah, and also we were talking about Flyers Twitter being terrible. So.
Yes, and he's never said anything about hockey in his entire fucking life.
Every time he does, it's negative.
Look, why? You do not have the qualifications to speak on this team or that sport.
Right? There's only one person on the radio that I think should, and it's Jason Martinez.
Did Rob tell me the same thing?
I don't know.
I have no
Maybe
idea.
it was a segment when I was recovering from my surgery.
Maybe.
I don't know. But Martinez is actually close to the team. Some of his opinions, we don't necessarily agree with, but he's the closest one to the team. Yeah. And he's a goalie. He's played, he watches every game. I can't imagine he can't. He does the radio for him.
Yeah.
So I respect him in that sense. So when he's saying things, I would listen to it. Any other person on the radio,
Al Morgani on the morning show, if he gives them some talk, he's okay.
I love Al Morgani.
He's just such a fun personality.
He's the only one that will do a Comcast show and rip the Flyers.
And I respect the hell out of that.
Exactly. Like, Chris Terrian was great on the radio.
He was awesome.
And then him and Coty switched, and then he was,
yeah, now he's
neutered. He was neutered, and he had to be, the fanboy. Which I know he didn't like. Well, I don't know that, but I assume he didn't like. I would
How
like
could
to.
You? He was so good. And most of his opinions and stuff were just so spot on. Even if you didn't want to admit it.
I recall a specific instance where I think I'm going to go with Andrew McDonald just because it was always Andrew fucking McDonald. And he made a dumbass play, as he will do. And Terrian was like, I don't know what McDonald was thinking there. That's just a stupid play. You don't do that. And it was hilarious, and it was honest, and I appreciated the shit out of it.
Thought you were looking for your e-cigarette thing.
No, I was looking for my phone to see our next topic, because I don't know how else I can go on about Flyers Twitter besides just look at it and just shake your head.
Open it up, search anything Flyers, you get pissed off enough to put your phone down. Like, it's absurd.
Yeah, that's literally me every day. It came to the point these past 2 days that every now and then I peruse HF boards, which is the home of fucking stupid hot fucking takes. And the past 2 days, I would rather go on there to read Flyers shit
than our own fucking Twitter file.
And that was in between me doing my 1,800,000 cap-friendly armchair GMs, which I still can't figure out what the fuck I want to do in reality.
I feel like one day we should set up a camera behind us on the computer screen. Or just record our screen. I guess you could fucking do that now because it's fucking 2019.
Yeah. I mean, the NSA is listening and everything.
So, that's true. Conspiracy theorist over here. And
we got a lot of time on our hands when we're recovering from surgery.
We should put that video out on the YouTube channel that we never ever use outside of, putting out whatever. I don't know what our next topic is, by the way. I keep forgetting.
Our next topic is, let's see here. Steve got drunk. Oh, right. Our ideas.
Oh, where they stem from?
Yes. So the majority of our ideas for the podcast, for bits of our segments,
Not even just this one. Every segment that we do.
Yeah. There's a different story why this segment came to fruition, but we'll explain that in the middle of this.
Fair.
So, our in-between segments are, what do we want to talk about during this segment are usually developed when we are drunk or taking a shit.
Yep.
Quality. Shane is usually taking a shit and he's like, this is the fuck what we need to talk about.
It's true. It's the only time I get quiet in my entire fucking life. You ever see that video that goes around, dad hears quiet for the first time, he's got a bunch of screaming kids, the doctor sits there, looks at the kids and says, shut the fuck up! And then you just get utter silence and he cries. That's me in all my existence. No matter who the hell is around me, I do not get quiet. So yes, sometimes, I used to hide an iPad in the bathroom when Steph would watch Game of Thrones. And she thought I had terrible digestive issues, which, spoiler alert, I do. I'm not a healthy human.
It's just crazy that he didn't develop hemorrhoids from this.
It's true. Well, most of the time I'm just leaning up against the wall, standing there, and I had headphones in, and I would just watch the Phillies games.
You don't just finish, put the seat down, then just sit on it.
I suppose I could start doing that. Yeah,
that way you're at least a little bit more comfortable.
Ish.
It's still a throne.
Fair. All right. I accept that. So,
I mean, I'm telling you, you can still pull up your pants.
Thanks for permission. I appreciate it.
I'm just giving you ideas.
Thanks for showing me the way on how I need to formulate the remainder of my ideas for this show. Jesus Christ.
But Rob will be out at a bar and then message our group chat saying, this is what we're going to talk about.
And I always know when he messages us, it's because he struck out with whatever female he attempted to go for.
We're parody Rob. Rob tries more than I do, and he does. I'm sure he gets more laid more than I do.
Enough. Yeah. He's a good looking guy.
Yeah, good for him. Mm-hmm. Raise my glass.
Yep, there you go.
But other ideas are usually, one, this is what I was trying to foreshadow into. I am 95% of the time that I'm doing a show, I'm inebriated. Hence, this segment coming to fruition, where it's just me progressively getting drunk and just me and Shane, whoever else may join. When Steph joined us, I wasn't that drunk, but I was drinking.
Well, we did that podcast at like 10 in the morning.
Okay, you're saying I have a problem?
No.
For drinking at 10 in the morning?
I accept that. That's okay, but I'm saying like it's understandable that you aren't quite to the level of drunk that you get on our evening shows. This makes more sense to me. You've worked an entire day. You deserve that drunkenness. At 10 a.m., what has gone so wrong?
It was the weekend. It was like a Sunday.
Oh.
What else am I going to do?
It's true. And I think it was your last day before surgery, was it not?
I think it was 2. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. So I had to drink early.
That's correct.
Yep.
That's where it started.
I had to drink early so I could, sleep. I could eat and then I could sleep and not have to eat anything or sleep or just drink anything but water until 3 a.m. where the fuck it was.
Yeah.
That was painful though,
Surgery?
Yes, but waking up, my immediate reaction is to drink water and use my e-cigarette.
Oh, yeah, that had been awful.
And usually I use my e-cigarette and it's so early in the morning, my mouth is dry. So it's good for my lungs to get that nicotine. Not healthy, but it's good for it. Makes me feel better. And then I need water. And I couldn't do it.
Whole routine's all jacked up. At least you had an early surgery.
Yeah. Oh, man.
But hey, you can bend your knee. We're just a month out?
A month and a week. So 5 weeks out.
5 weeks out and you can bend your knee. Yeah. I'm 3.5 years out and I still can't bend mine.
Oh, no, you're bending it right now, so you're a fucking liar.
Ish. Still can't put my foot to my ass.
Yeah.
I can put my foot up somebody else's ass.
But those terrible parents. Yeah. I can't do that. I don't know when the next time I will.
I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I. Probably never.
My first ACL, I was pretty good.
Yeah, well, you didn't have meniscus.
Yes, I did.
You did?
ACL, meniscus, first time and the last time.
Oh, okay. All right, I feel less bad now.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Well, I mean, I still feel bad because this is straight karma.
It is karma. Every single thing on my phone that comes up on like any social media memory thing that pops up with an alert, every single thing is you, no matter what I had posted at the time, which also, that's a dangerous fucking thing. There is nothing I want to know about what I said 7 fucking years ago when I was 22 years old. Nothing. Everything was depressing, and not in like a fun, this is sarcastic and funny way. It was like, dude, you need help, man. Like, are you okay?
Mine were exactly the same way.
I know, but I could sit there and say like, I don't know, somebody could have fucking died. I don't know. And I'd have been like, damn, I'm really feeling it today, whatever. And you've been like, well, it's probably because you're fucking fat, tool. And that was your comment to everything. It did not matter.
I either called Shane a fat tool, or I brought up how he was doing something, and I would say, don't hurt your knee.
Every single time.
Every single time. Here we are, so many years later.
Roll reversed.
I'm the one with the knee injury. And you know what? Shane was the best help that I could ever ask for, so thank you, Shane.
You're very welcome, sir.
Just here to do the podcast with you.
Well, there you go. No, you handled yourself pretty well. And I have to imagine that all that Asian porn that you watched helped. The anime Asian porn.
Alright, it's called Persona 5, and it's just a video game. Although Rule 34 exists, so there's porn for everything.
Got me hard.
Well, then, you have issues.
I might. I might.
All I did was play that fucking game, and I beat it, and I immediately started playing it again. That's a real sad thing.
How the hell isn't it like a 9-week long game?
Yeah, it's 100 fucking hours.
Fuck.
And I started playing it again because then I'm like, I'm bored with every other game. Like, I try to go back and play this game
with other Asians.
Yeah, I'd romance everybody else.
Solid. It's a good game.
It is a very good game, and in a year, like an expanded edition is coming out, so I'm going to be buying it, and I'm going to be playing it all over again.
Well, hopefully you're playing it with 2 healthy knees.
Yes, hopefully. Speaking of healthy knees, I can't wait to have a healthy knee to go to a Phillies game. I almost went to one the other week.
You can get handicap seating. I'm not fucking around. Like, I'm pretty sure that you can like get a handicap pass given your thing.
Funny thing about that is the last Phillies game I went to, my friends were trying to find a parking spot and they didn't know where the fuck they were going. And I'm like, all right, yeah, make the left in here. Oh, I can't do that. Gotta fucking make a left in here.
If you're near the stadiums, every single street you're on is a parking lot.
We pass the link, and they make a right. So the one, I guess, is filled, and the one after it is just like handicap only.
There you go. Stick
my
your leg
friend,
out the window.
I couldn't. It was a 2-door car, and I'm in the back seat.
Dude, who the hell did that to you?
The couple in the front.
Well, that's an asshole move. Jesus Christ. Even if you don't have a license, I would have let you drive before I sit you in the back.
I don't think I could have moved my...
Was it that leg?
Yes.
I guess
my right leg. So,
somehow
my friend in the front passenger seat is like, my friend's handicapped. And I'm like, wow, that's fucked up. They also said, no, we can't. Because I guess you just needed that handicap sticker.
I'll pull one off someone's thing.
So they go up and there's another parking spot or like another parking lot. And I'm like, make it right into here. She's looking to the left. And she's like, yo, I'm going to go there. I'm like, can't fucking make a left into there. And I was like, I give up. I'm not navigating anymore. Drop me off. I'll walk in. I don't care. I have my ticket.
How far did you walk?
They made it into the parking lot.
Oh, hey, good for them.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, well, let's finish this beer and go in. Oh, we got to do this and this. I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to walk in. Logan, I'll send you a picture of our tickets. So how far did I get? I got to the bathroom before they caught up with me.
It's impressive, honestly.
Yeah.
And that was pre-brace, right? So you were just limping around?
Yes.
That's shitty.
Yeah. It's fair. I can still do that. It's still fucking unstable as shit.
That's why you have an actual brace now.
But yes, you were saying that people need to pass tests in order to be eligible to enter a ballpark. Does my brace count?
You can enter no matter what. You're fine.
Even if it's kids' day?
Especially if it's kids' day.
I just teach them life lessons.
Any one human on the planet, to make a kid better, it's you. There is no one that's going to give a more honest opinion about what the world really, truly is.
You're telling a person that who convinced his roommate's girlfriend's child to say daddy cuckold.
That is amazing.
He didn't realize how bad it was until like 2 months after.
Did he have to Google it?
I think he said it to his dad.
Oh, fuck. That's rich.
That's what I'm assuming because it's funny, but maybe just the mom was like, no, please stop saying that.
I love it.
But
that's too funny.
I agree people should pass some sort of tests. As in, like, can you read this sign? Because my friend, he smokes cigarettes and he forgot that you can't smoke cigarettes in there anymore. So he's trying to light up where other people have been smoking, and he got kicked out.
How?
He's an idiot, and also he was very drunk.
Oh, whatever.
He drinks as much whiskey as me.
Has he been doing it for as long as you have?
Yes, he's older than me.
Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, me with my e-cigarette, I'm sitting there, I'm watching the opening thing, no smoking, no e-cigarettes, and it looks like the same exact one as I use. And I'm like, I'm still going to use it.
There you go.
So I'm using it, and I'm holding it in so no like vapor smoke is coming out. And then I get this call. Oh yeah, I got kicked out. Apparently you can't smoke in there. I'm like, did you not like see the fucking video? Did you not see the fucking signs? He's like, no. I'm like, well, you're a fucking idiot.
Yes. Also, why do we have to live in a world where you gotta get kicked out for cigarette smoke?
Yeah, I mean, just literally exactly where like people will like try to like smoke is by the bathrooms, which is a railing.
It's a corridor. Nothing but open air.
Yeah. And then if anything, you go to the bathroom, you wash your hands, just breathe in, nice shit and piss smell instead.
Sure, why not?
It's just the same.
It's awful. It's awful. And this is like I don't smoke, but I fucking love the smell of cigarette smoke. So like I'm one of those rare people that, and I'm wrong about this. I know I'm wrong in society's terms now, especially knowing what you can know in, medical terms. But like I miss being able to just go to a restaurant and like someone's sitting there and asking me, smoking or non-smoking? And then looking over and seeing all the fucking kids in the non-smoking, and I'm like, definitely smoking. I liked that.
You missed that opportunity of being away from the children.
One, I love the smell of cigarette smoke. Two, no fucking kids. Now, all you just had to sit around was just bad sports takes, and that's all what, Philadelphia is now anyway. So
it's all a bar is, really.
Yeah. And why the hell, if you're a bar, like just a bar, why can't you smoke? I mean, I know that there's a few that are smoking bars still, but get the fuck out of it. Most people who go to bars to drink, most people have cigarettes when they're drinking.
Yeah. That's why you can go outside and smoke.
Yes, it's with the outside, and I get that. But like seriously, if you're gonna sit, if I smoked and if I drank, I'd be sitting there. I'd be like, why the fuck can't I just sit here and watch this game? If Andrew McDonald does anything on the ice, I'm probably gonna want to drink and smoke at the same fucking time.
That's why the most.
Why rob us of that?
I go to like 3 bars. 2 of them are smoking bars, which are now called dive bars, pretty much. Yeah, the only bars you can really smoke at are dives, which are like shitty but like good in their own way. And the one I go to is where I watch my Chiefs games. And the owner, great guy, literally has kicked people out of the table I usually sit at and said, hey, this is the Chiefs table. As I'm walking in too. It was fantastic. I go there, I've heard some terrible fucking sports takes, but I've gotten to know the clientele because it's been about 4 or 5 years now since I've been going there. Maybe even 6. It's fucking crazy. But they know me, and I go in there, and they're like, hey, Chiefs. I'm like, I'm not even wearing anything. I'm wearing a Flyer shirt right now. And I'm like, hey, are you ready for the season? Yeah. What's going on with Tyreek? Who the fuck knows?
Who does know?
That's our fucking conversation. And then that's it. He just ignored me until football season.
That's actually fine.
It's great.
Sit down, drink, eat, leave.
Yeah. But, and then, I'll come in. None of my friends are coming. So I said at the bar, like, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, none of my friends are coming. That's sad. I'm like, so is life. I can't wait to watch this game. Oh man, it was it was the Chiefs-Colts game, and so it was a Saturday, so none of my friends could make it. And I get there, and it's the most attractive bartender there. She's like, oh, what are you doing here? I'm like, the Chiefs are on. It's like, oh, none of your friends are coming? I'm like, no, it's Saturday. They all got their own shit to do. Oh, okay, well, that's sad. Here's a shot. I'm like, thank you.
Hot and provide shots.
Yes, because the year prior was when they lost to the Titans.
Awful.
And she was the bartender. And
she witnessed you.
This is when I called out of work. She's like, oh, don't you have work? I'm like, no, I called out, told me I had a work meeting.
There you go.
A full-time job work meeting. Oh, okay, well, that's smart. So I'm ordering. A fucking Marcus Mariota pass to himself happens. Pretty much towards, I feel like it was the end of the game, but like once it's like knowing that they're losing, she's like, here you go. I'm like, thank you. This is an extra $15 tip.
There you go.
Treat your bartenders well, everyone.
You should. Anyone that handles your food or drink of any kind, you should always treat them well. So I went to the diner this morning with our buddy Josh, and so we walk in and like there are.
Wait, was this morning?
Yes. Walk in, 3 different women, and they're working, right? Our waitress is like every like in shape blonde girl that is overly tan that you would see laying on a beach and post pictures of herself laying down and like that awkward stare at my feet, but see the fucking whatever.
So you're saying I have no chance, but I'm interested.
Sure. And she's cute enough and she's personable and she talks and it is what it is. That's fine. The next one that comes in, she is now, as Josh called her, she's like a Kristen Stewart-esque kind of girl. Now she's got like this like fakely blonde hair. She looks like she's got every daddy problem in the history of daddy problems. And she's got like the fakest drawn on eyebrows, but it's oddly attractive. And she's just got this like fuck it vibe. I look over at one point and I see this
Side note, women, don't pay too much attention to your eyebrows. Sometimes just straight up unattractive.
Look, just take fucking care of them, I guess. I don't know. Like, just
well, you don't need to paint them on or tattoo them on.
It's bizarre, right?
Yeah.
Although it oddly worked for this one, I won't lie. She looked like a fucking porn star.
That's when it works.
That is the only time it works.
If you're trying to look like a porn star, then yeah, fuck with your
then
eyebrows.
Do it. That is the only time. But I looked over, and she's got this bright ass orange cover, right? And she's reading a book. So I'm like, she reads. It's kind of hot. So I look over, I see it. I'm like, holy shit, I know that cover. When I worked for my old job, I was sitting at our service desk reading this book. It's called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And the cover is neon fucking orange. And it says, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And I'm at service, I'm reading this, and a guy comes over, he goes, oh shit, never mind, I won't ask you. And I'm like, no, I can help you, what's up? And he goes, well, you don't look like you want to help me. And I looked at the cover of my book and I laughed to myself. I was like, what dumbass reads this at their place of employment? Fast forward to this morning. I see that chick over there, the porn star-ish looking chick that looks dead in the eyes like she hates life. And I'm like, she reads and she's reading Subtle Art of Not Give a Fuck. Immediately texted Rob. And I was like, Rob, found your lady.
And you tweeted about it.
I did. I tweeted about it too. I was like, Rob, found your girl. And then the next one came in and she was like just curvy in all the right ways. It was like the perfect like trifecta of females of like what kind you can, like whatever you wanted, they were there. And we totally respect females, like for what they are. I'm not a total dick, but like they knew exactly what they were doing there. When they staffed when they wrote that schedule that morning, they said that they damn sure were looking for guys like Josh and Rob. You're classier.
Am I?
No, not at all. So if you want to go to a diner tomorrow morning before work, I'll pick you up.
I can't wake up that early. That first hour, actually no. I have sincerely like serious shit to do. ATM conversion and shit is fucking stupid. But no.
Big important world.
I do have a type. What it is, I can't tell you. Because I don't know what it is.
Female. The specifications of this for you, with 7 months dry, cannot ring super specific. It's impossible. Girl walks over to you. What it looks like does not matter.
Sometimes it does.
I don't know.
Sometimes it does. Back in my, heyday.
We've all had them.
Yeah. There was some and be like, nope, can't.
Well, there's all right. So I'll rephrase. I'll take it back for a quick second. There are certainly ones where I feel as though wouldn't work. Right? Like I feel like that's that line drawn. No movement equals I probably have to say no. But if you're reading The Subtle Art of Not Give a Fuck with Fake Eyebrows, I gotta say, movement was created.
Yeah, you got me there.
Fuck, I really hope that certain people do not listen to this segment.
Well, meanwhile, my friends, I say I want to die a lot because
Best pickup line ever.
Honestly, I do. Well, my roommates are like, stop saying this.
That's a terrible idea.
I'm like, okay. I don't really say it unless I get like deep in the conversation. I realize I don't want this woman. And they're like, well, just stop. I'm like, okay. So they're like, wait, Steve, why didn't you hook up with this girl? What did you say? I want to die? I'm like, no. Just wasn't interested. Or, hey, Steve, why didn't you hook up with this girl? Did you say it again? I'm like, no. And I was interested. It's just too attractive for me. And, it doesn't work. Always the friend, never the boyfriend,
Well, you're too good of a guy. You tip your bartenders too much.
In a way. The bartenders I tip, I just never have a chance with. So it's like, hey, here. I know you're this old working at this bar. Do you really get this much? So
probably not.
You treat me well. Here you go.
Well, there you go.
So
I don't know. I feel like you do look like Travis Konechny. Like I feel like you genuinely
don't see it.
You do. I feel like you can have a Flyers fan. Like I feel like we should probably like put a Twitter poll out there with like who is the most attractive Flyer. Let the females answer.
It'll be Nolan Patrick,
and then we'll leave him out of it. That's it. That's it. We'll pick 3 ugly guys, and then Travis Konechny, and then when they all vote for Konechny, we'll find the data. We'll see who exactly voted. We'll just send your side-by-side picture over there, and we'll say, hey, we think that you guys would link up okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying. I'm playing for the team right now, man. That's all.
That's all you can do.
That's it. I'm trying to be a
wingman. Man of the fucking podcast.
I'm trying. That's true. I'm just trying to be a good wingman. I've never in my life.
Shane is the worst wingman.
I am not a great wingman. I've never had success with it. That's not true. I have had success at least once.
I'm the drunk one, and you're stumbling over your words.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know why. I think it's because I'm trying to
be honest.
I'm trying to figure a time out that I genuinely succeeded as a wingman.
Oh, never.
I feel like there's at least a time.
No. I mean, I had some, like, when I first worked with you, I had some, like, relationship kind of things. And you only just helped me, but I built those myself.
Yeah, those don't count.
Yeah. So.
That's because you're a quality human.
Debatable.
You're good enough.
At times.
Is this a therapy session for me or for you?
It just became for me.
Like so.
At first, it was the drunk one trying to help the sober one.
The sober one rant. And now I'm sitting here like, please let me be a successful wingman just once.
As Steve drank more,
There you go. Oh. This truly is a whiskey ramble. This one is all over the damn place.
And I think we should end it here.
Mercifully.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this. If you couldn't stand through it the whole way through, I understand.
Yeah, I get that.
It kind of went on and on and on. But thank you. If you did stick with us, we appreciate you.
I don't think you could put S's on that back of that word.
Sushis? Yeah, final word is let's watch Letterkenny. Fantastic fucking show.
Yep.
It's how I introduce us every time for this segment.
Yep.
But yeah, this has been Whiskey Ramble with me, Steve the Alcoholic. You can find me at Twitter at Schmitty324. I will tweet about, my drunken thoughts sometimes, and usually about hockey and the Chiefs. Occasionally about the Phillies. I was here with Shane.
Find my Twitter is Shane_Mead. I have to get to 1,000 before Rob. I don't really remember the details of the bet. I just know that I really don't feel like losing another one to anyone in this podcast. I tweet about everything.
Yeah, he does. He kind of tweets about, all the Philadelphia sports.
All Philadelphia sports, waitresses with fake eyebrows.
Basically whatever he sees throughout the day.
Yeah, and
that bothers him or makes him happy.
More so bothers.
More so bothers is true.
Yeah. Cynicism, straight cynicism on mine. I'm like House. I'm like Greg House.
Okay.
Ish.
It's a show I kind of want to watch all the way through.
You should probably do that.
I'll figure it out. But yeah, this has been Whiskey Ramble. Thank you for listening. Follow us at ANY Podcast. And same thing for Instagram and Twitter or everything. Yeah, Spotify, iTunes. I'm terrible at closing it out because I've just now hit the straight drunk level. But that's why it's called Whiskey Ramble. Thank you for listening. And by the way, since I'm the more entertaining one in every which way,
100% agree.
Follow me so I beat Chin and Rob. I'll be the wild card in the situation. Have a wonderful night.
A fighting man I used to be, revered and feared through Killarney. Now I'm back to hitching with the wind. But if Mickey Flynn should ever find me, I'll throw me caution all behind me and square off on that son of a bitch again. He cracked open a river too, he beat me Sunday through and through, and such over my unconscious frame. I won me healthy sheriff fights, well lucky son, still happy life since Mickey Flynn beat me dumb and lame.
This has been a production of the Always Next Year Podcast Network. You can subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, Spreaker, and SoundCloud. Please also remember to rate and review this podcast to validate our members' life choices. We appreciate it. This is AMYP, signing off.